Riverdale Season 6 is nearing its final episode. However, fans will have to wait for a couple of days to see it. It also might be time to say goodbye to Archie and the crew for good next year, as the show is finally coming to an end after 7 seasons. Meanwhile, here's everything we know so far about the Season 6 finale and the final season. First up, American Psycho musical in Season 6 finale. Riverdale will be doing a musical episode in the upcoming week, continuing its annual tradition. This time, it will take on the American Psycho musical, which happens to count Riverdale's showrunner, Robert Aguirre-Sacasa, as one of its writers. It was reported that Roberto had written the book, while Duncan Sheik wrote the music and lyrics for the episode. The musical is based on the novel and movie about the famous 80s killer, Patrick Bateman, which actually makes a lot of sense because this new bad guy, Percival Pickens, is definitely giving us some serious Patrick Bateman vibes. Even though Riverdale has been airing regularly in the past weeks, fans may have noticed that no new episode aired on June 5th. The reason for this was the network aired the 2022 MTV Movie and TV Awards on Sunday evening instead of the usual murder mystery drama. Hence, it's best to expect the new episode next Sunday, June 12th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll reportedly be the musical episode titled Chapter 112 American Psychos. The 17th episode of Riverdale Season 6 will focus on Betty as she tries to catch the trash bag killer, the villain who's been traumatizing her since the series' time jump for Season 5. In the previous episodes, Betty had come up with a daring plan to hold a serial killer convention in Riverdale. However, this isn't the only plot fans should be expecting in the upcoming episode. It sounds like episode 17 will feature some pretty intense, dramatic, and action-packed scenes. There are so many loose ends for those who caught the last episode of Riverdale. That includes the planned wedding of Toni and Fangs, a development that will most likely send Cheryl Blossom spiraling. Aside from that, Archie and Tabitha try to pick up the pace as they try to foil the evil plot of Percival Pickens, hoping to break the grip the villain has over his workers. What to expect after Season 6? Beyond these storylines, it remains to be seen if Riverdale will have more surprises in store. The only thing certain, however, is that the series will come to an end in Season 7. The CW's CEO revealed why Riverdale would be ending with Season 7. Network president Mark Pedowitz explained that the 7th season of Riverdale is the perfect time to end it, calling it just the right amount. He told Variety that the network intended to send Riverdale out on a high note. With the 2022 fall season coming into shape, it's been a series of high-profile goodbyes on the CW. Popular shows like Legends of Tomorrow are already coming to a close, while The Flash only has 1 season left. So fans of these series have been demanding some answers about why these changes are taking place. Shows such as Dynasty, Naomi, and others are also facing cancellation this year. So you can probably understand a measure of fandom anxiety as the period of change begins. Moving forward, Pedowitz explained that they had encouraged all of their producers to try to treat their current finales as if they were series finales, since the network wants to do everything right by the series and by the fans. The network officials even had a long conversation with Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa, Riverdale's executive producer and Archie Comics' chief creative officer, who's thrilled by this news. According to Pedowitz, they're definitely going to treat the show in the manner it deserves and make sure it goes out the right way, since it was undeniably such an iconic pop culture phenomenon. They all came to a decision that 7 years was the right amount, and that might have been a personal decision, but as Pedowitz said, it was the right thing to do. He said, "As a fan myself, I do want to do what's right for the show." Next, Kiernan Shipka returns to Riverdale. Feeling a chill in the air? It looks like something witchy might be making its way back to Riverdale. It's recently been announced that Kiernan Shipka will reprise her role as teenage witch Sabrina Spellman this season on the CW drama. The news was officially announced during Riverdale's PaleyFest panel in Los Angeles. Shipka originally starred as Sabrina on Netflix's spin-off series Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which wrapped up its run in 2020. After years of rumors and countless pleas from fans, Kiernan first made a cameo as teenage witch Sabrina Spellman last fall. She arrived in Riverdale for a long-awaited crossover earlier this season, helping her old pal, none other than Cheryl Blossom, with a spell during Riverdale 5-episode event. Shipka, making an appearance in the Riverdale universe, had been a conversation for a really long time, but it seemed like the stars never really aligned for it. Better late than never, though. It was just a matter of all the elements finally coming together. Shipka admitted that it had always been a no-brainer in her mind that she would want to do it if the opportunity ever arrived. And now that Cheryl is possessed by the evil spirit of her vengeful ancestor Abigail, she could use some help from the supernatural realm. So what brings Sabrina to Riverdale, or should we say Rivervale? Shipka explained that Cheryl and Sabrina have been friends, and when a passing comet inspires Cheryl to look back on the tragic story of her Blossom family ancestors, she is in need of some extra horsepower, more specifically some extra witch power. Who better to call than Sabrina? Now, in other related news, what's in store for Betty and Archie? Archie's been happily coupled up with Betty this past season, but Betty's ex, and Archie's BFF, Jughead, was recently shown reminiscing about his time with Betty in last week's episode. Could Jughead be trying to win her back? KJ Apa admitted that he wasn't worried about that, that, and he didn't think that Bughead would happen again. Who's telling him the writers are capable of anything? Next, KJ Appa's reaction to final season news and more. Alas, Riverdale is coming to a halt after 7 thrilling seasons, and main star KJ Appa is already getting emotional about it. He admitted he was a little sad that CW Drama's upcoming 7th season would be the last. Appa said he tries not to think about it too much because the more he thinks about it, the more real it becomes. Still, he noted that many of the cast and crew, and even the fans, saw it coming, so it didn't come as too much of a surprise to him. Riverdale's annual musical episode is coming up this week, which will tackle the musical version of American Psycho. Appa revealed that he's not in the episode much, but hinted that co-star Casey Cott, who plays Kevin, kills it in the musical. He added that Camila Mendes and his other female co-stars also crushed it in the musical episode. But unfortunately, it looks like Appa himself won't be making too much of an appearance. This season, Appa's character, Archie, found himself with mysterious new powers of super strength and invulnerability, which helped him in his battle with his new nemesis, Percival Pickens. Talking about the gang's final showdown with Percival, Appa said he's hoping that it comes down to him and me fighting, but in his opinion, it's a bit more intricate than just a physical battle, since there's a lot of dark magic and superpowers at play. So it's very Harry Potter meets Stranger Things, and you bet we'll be tuned in for that. Up next, Cole Sprouse wanted the show to end. Appa's co-star, Cole Sprouse, revealed that he had also thought they might end in this very situation. He had anticipated this day in a legal sense, since it's pretty common for television series to contractually start with 7 seasons in mind, but the world of Riverdale was still open-ended enough to kind of flex alongside that. Maybe 7 seasons were fated for Riverdale after all. In an interview prior to the cancellation news, the actor was brutally honest with his words as he revealed that most of the cast members on the show were ready to wrap it up with a bow. He continued that he and his co-stars were eager to move on with their lives and careers, though this did not mean he's not grateful for the show. Ultimately, he's looking forward to more of his growth as an actor. Sprouse went on and noted that he wasn't a creative force behind the show and he actually had no creative control over it. He further detailed that they in fact received their scripts once they reached the set and are asked to shoot all their scenes then and there. The actor shared that at one point he was even asked to direct an episode but eventually denied the opportunity. Explaining the reason, he knew he wouldn't be awarded the creative freedom he wanted and would have had to succumb to the network's needs without being able to fulfill his own vision for the show. And that's a wrap for this video. Which Riverdale finale moment from next week are you most looking forward to? What are your thoughts on Riverdale ending with 7 seasons? Do let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.